Yo, this is MegaManFan, and you need to rock and or roll on over to Mr. MegaManFan's YouTube channel, because it's all that rush to make it happen. Peace!
I'm Mr. MegaManFan, and we're back with part 2 of my latest Wii U pickups, starting with Minecraft Story Mode, and this one I actually picked up shrink-wrapped and brand new. In fact, if you listen carefully, you can probably hear me taking the shrink wrap off in the background because I filmed these two segments in reverse order. This game came out as episodic content from Telltale Games before getting a physical release. Episode 1 made its debut worldwide on most platforms October 13th, 2015, but didn't come to the Wii U until January 21st, 2016, and then all the way through Episode 8, it completed worldwide for all platforms on September 13th, 2016. There was a second season, which started October 2016, and got as far as 5 episodes, before it ended on December 19th, 2017. Unfortunately, this is the beginning of the end for Telltale Games because less than a year later, they started closing down the studio due to financial difficulty, and most of their games were removed from digital storefronts, including Minecraft Story Mode. Minecraft even went so far as to tell people that even if they purchased the game before it was delisted, you wouldn't be able to download the episodes after June 2019. So who knows what I'm actually going to get in this game once it finishes downloading the update. The Xbox Live Marketplace didn't allow games to be removed from the store when existing owners could still download the game. So in a rather unusual move, Microsoft changed the price of each episode to $100 to discourage people from downloading them before it was delisted. Ouch. And just to see where we're at with the game in 2020, I went to Minecraft.net and read their last update on the subject, which was May 31st of 2019. Today we have important news to share with all players of Minecraft Story Mode. As you may have heard, its publisher is no longer in business, which means Minecraft Story Mode will no longer be supported. On behalf of the publisher, Minecraft A Telltale Games series Seasons 1 and 2 will no longer be supported June 25th, 2019. If you have purchased these seasons, please download all remaining episodes prior to the service being discontinued in June. So, yeah, I may have just bought the equivalent of Tony Hawk for PS3, where it's just a disc with nothing on it, and you have to download everything else once you own the physical disc, which Jason, aka the Great Sudoku, would absolutely love. He would find it hilarious that I bought a disc with nothing on it and no way to download that additional content. But the game is now starting up, having installed whatever day one updates it was going to install, so we'll know soon enough. After all, it is called The Complete Story on the package, so just maybe it's possible that they included all of the content when they made a physical release version of the game and bypassed the fact that you would need to download it later on. In fact, it looks like the complete adventure also got ported to the Nintendo Switch, so this article from SwitchPlayer.net may provide some perspective on that. Minecraft Story Mode, the complete adventure, is, as you can guess, the ultimate package with everything from the first season of the game. Okay, then what I have is not completely useless. It may not have the episodes from the second season because I was not a subscriber nor even aware of it at the time. So I can't play any of season 2, apparently, but I can play season 1 because the complete adventure, as it's called, comes with all of those episodes. So I'm not totally screwed here. That is a bit of a relief. Even so, I didn't pay too much for a shrink-wrapped brand new copy. It was only like $20, and you know me, I get a kick out of opening Wii U games considering we are now long past the life cycle of the system. It started way back in 2012 and was discontinued in January of 2017. So the fact that shrink wrapped games still exist in the present day and time, and even a few new releases last year came out that were obviously shrink wrapped because they were brand new, there is still stuff out there. And maybe, just like I said in the last episode about Just Dance, it'll never end. We may just keep getting new games every year for the foreseeable future. But speaking of games, let's take a look at Rapala Pro Bass Fishing. Or is it Rapala? I don't honestly know. I say this half in jest and half seriously, but does it feel to anybody else like a large majority of the Wii U's physical video game library came either from Activision or Ubisoft? This one too is an Activision release, although it wasn't actually developed by Activision, but instead by someone named Fun Labs. It came out December 4, 2012, and there's not a whole lot of information out there about it other than that, so I can't imagine this game was a huge hit for anybody involved. Not that I think there's a huge market for fishing games in general. It seems to me like they're way more popular in Japan than the United States for some reason. They get a lot of fishing titles that we never even get here. And I think that's just owing to the fact that people have different interests culturally, physically. Unless you live somewhere where fishing is popular, you're probably not going to want to play fishing video games. But hey, it's another physical game. So is Transformers Prime. And I was kind of surprised to find this one at a retail location because I'd been looking for it for quite a while. In fact, I had been looking for it for so long that I had a seller on eBay contact me and say, "Hey, are you still interested in this game? It's on your watch list. I can see you're watching it. I'll offer you 10% off." And I politely replied, "Yes, but 10% off plus shipping and handling plus sales tax still equals more than what the game goes for on price charting at the very highest amount. So, with respect, unless you can lower it to below or at what it would go for combined, I'm going to wait until I find a physical copy in the wild." And I finally did. Transformers is something I have a great deal of affection for since I grew up watching the series as a kid, the original first generation animated series, and then of course there was the Transformers movie that came out, and it just cemented a place in pop culture in general and in my life in particular. So I'm very happy to have one of the two Wii U Transformers games. I still have another one to look for called Rise of the Dark Spark, but I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Next up, The Walking Dead Survival Instinct. Honestly, a game I'm surprised came out on Nintendo Wii U, given there aren't many M mature rated games. Honestly, I think that's in large part due to the success of the television series on AMC, who is mentioned prominently on the box. So, AMC was definitely invested in making this game. And once again, Activision is the publisher, although this time the developer is Terminal Reality. Reception to this game was rather mixed after its release. March 19, 2013 in North America, 2 days later in Australia, 1 day later than that in the European Union. Poor scores across the board for this one. 35% on Xbox 360, 30% on Wii U. Metacritic average, excluding Wii U, is 38 PC, 34 PS3, and 32 out of 100 for Xbox 360. Giant Bomb's Alex Navarro said this was a poorly executed and not coherent or thoughtful game. Wow. In fact, during a Reddit AMA, Walking Dead creator Robert Kirkman distanced himself from the game due to its negative reception, citing his more direct involvement in the Telltale Games Walking Dead. And he said, "I'm pretty sure there's an AMC logo before the title of that game and not a picture of my face. If there was a picture of my face in front of the logo, then I'd be completely responsible for that. He did state, however, that the ability to play as Daryl was, quote, at least cool, unquote. Well, we don't need to spend too much time on The Walking Dead then. Suffice it to say, it's tested, it's working, and we've got one more game to go here, which is Your Shape Fitness Evolved 2013. Can we even call that a game? I'm not really sure. It strikes me that this is probably going to be more of a We Fit You kind of release, although made by a rival instead of by Nintendo, so it will just be some sort of workout slash exercise game. Now, I did find this one in the wild for only $5, but it was an incomplete copy, so I looked for a seller on eBay who had one for just a couple of dollars with like $3.50 shipping plus tax, so I figured paying an extra dollar for a complete copy was actually preferable. And since I mentioned Ubisoft before, as it turns out, Ubisoft is responsible for this one as well. So the reception to the game following its release in the early 2010s was mostly positive. IGN gave it 7 out of 10, and other people said it was good but not perfect. So it seems like it's done well enough, but it's also not a really well remembered game. I feel like I'm the first person to discuss it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let's see if anybody else has opinions on Your Shape Fitness Evolved 2013. Let's just get the lay of the land here. Your Fitness Evolved 2013. Here's a review from Nintendo Life. They said, witness the fitness. The classes mode teaches basic to advanced techniques like kickboxing, dance, yoga, Pilates, and Zen. The exercises and workouts are strong enough to warrant a recommendation on their own. And it says it uses the Wii U touchpad pretty well, which I would have to agree because we're actually getting full motion videos on it, so that's a promising sign. And it says, if you've been surviving Zombie U or Raving in Rabbids Land since launch day, you'll likely have enough points to earn an extra trainer or dance routine right from the start. So yeah, it has tie-ins to other Ubisoft properties on Wii U. It's, quote, a great package, but not flawless, unquote. One problem is the motion detection can be a bit iffy on certain moves, but I'm willing to give it a shot, though. Conclusion, 8 out of 10. Thank you, Nintendo Life. It seems to me I have made a wise purchase here. I'm Mr. MegaManFan, and I hope you feel like you've made a wise decision as well watching Retro Hunting Adventures, and we'll be back again next Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you all then.